Hello, my name is Legend Tuba Guy. You're watching Tuba Makes. I run an Etsy shop by the same name, selling all those Gooner models the 3D printing subreddits love to hate. Today, I'm going to be showing you how I replace the Saturn IV Ultra screen. A lot of people complain about the Saturn IV Ultra screen replacement process because Elegoo shows you tearing down the entire machine. You don't need to do that. If we treat the screen like a phone screen, it's way simpler. Let me show you. Here's my Saturn IV Ultra with the screen that's dead that I want to replace. Elegoo had me show them a QR code off the screen, so I've already destroyed the screen, unfortunately, trying to do that. I've already taken the back off and disconnected the cable from the motherboard, so I'll show you how to reconnect that. Once we get to that point, you'll just have to believe me that I've already done that. And I've also taken the tape off around the outside. So if you contact Elegoo and they say that they need a QR code off of the cable, you can open up the back, disconnect the cable, and then shove like a small screwdriver underneath this or something and pop it out so that you can give them the QR code from that cable, and then they'll send you a new screen, which looks like this, a 12K mono LCD panel. So we're gonna open this up once we get this one out and take a look. Like I said, I've already taken off the tape around here. There is a screen protector installed from the factory, and also if you get a replacement screen from Elegoo, there will be one on it. Then there's going to be the actual screen itself, and then there's a glass behind that screen. The first time I replaced one of these, I actually separated the LCD panel from the glass that comes with the LCD panel, and I was confused why there was still a big hunk of glass in here that didn't look like the lens for the UV light. So just so you're aware, there's different layers to this. The first thing that's easiest to do is to get the screen protector off. So I'm just gonna slide my fingernail underneath a corner here, and you'll see, I'll just pull gently. Of course, you don't have to be too gentle with it. Your screen's already screwed if you're at this point, right? So, and there you go. So there's a screen protector. You can buy these from Elegoo. They're pretty cheap. They've saved me a couple times already where the screen protector has shattered, but the screen underneath was totally fine. So I would recommend having some of these on hand, but in this case, there's actually a dark spot on the screen when it's running. So it's dead. Now, the next thing that we want to do is treat this like a phone screen, like I said in the beginning. So we're going to heat this up. There is tape underneath the glass. So we're going to heat that up around the sides here. We're going to start on this corner, and we'll slowly see it start to pull up. I recommend having a craft heat gun for this and not like a paint heat gun. These have a little bit less heat to them. Like a DeWalt heat gun that's meant for stripping paint would be way too hot for this. You will want a cell phone screen replacement kit. I bought this off Amazon. It comes in a fancy little pouch. It's got a bunch of tools. It's got little spudgers, it's got spatulas, it's got tweezers, it's got all kinds of stuff. This is great to have if you're running a farm with these Saturn IV Ultras. Highly recommend having one of these on hand. What we're gonna look for is this metal guy right here, this little metal spatula guy. We're going to use this to pry up the corners of the screen and slowly peel it away. Also this guy. You want to have a couple of those ready to go, because once it starts coming out, you want to make sure that you're pulling it up and away with nice even pressure and not allowing it to re-adhere to itself. So again, I don't know how much you're going to be able to listen to me talk, so I'll stop talking because this is probably going to be really loud. You do want to heat the entire thing pretty evenly, because you don't want the glass to crack and have shards going everywhere. So try and heat the whole thing evenly, and then we'll really focus on the corner once we've got everything heated up evenly across the whole screen. Okay, this corner is quite hot now, so I'm going to go ahead and start seeing if I can't pry it up. Basically what I'm doing is I'm getting down in this groove that's here. You don't want to peel the LCD apart from the glass, so try and get down a little ways, and it is difficult to get in there, and you might crack the glass at the corner when you're doing this. That's okay. just try and get a little bit, still very stuck. So I'm going to get this tool down there and applying some pressure and heat at the same time. Okay, so I don't know if you saw that or if you were able to hear me, but there's a strange point where you're never sure if this tool is bending or if the glass is actually coming up. But the glass is coming up. You can see that it came up all along here. So now what I want to do is focus my heat on this corner, and this corner. While doing that, you don't want to let this go back down. So try to move that in just like I did just there. So this is going to stay here. We're going to continue to pry with this. You can see as I'm prying, it's, maybe. Oh, that would be sweet if I've already got it. Just slow, even pressure. I'm barely pushing up. Still feels like a lot of resistance, but there's less, and there it goes. So there's our screen, our dead screen. Ta-da! Hi. Now what you're left with is your lens above your UV light and a bunch of tape. So first things first, we want to get the old tape out of here. So go ahead, peel this off, try and keep it all in one piece if you can. You're likely not going to be able to, but if you can, that would be pretty sick because getting it off otherwise is a pain. All right, now there's just two little strips on either side. I'm going to tell you right now that this is the best screen replacement I've done so far. So the fact that I was able to capture this on video is awesome. Next thing that I'm going to do, I have this pink stuff called barrier film. You'll see it used at like dentist's office, doctor's office, stuff like that they put on the handles of equipment to keep it nice and sanitary. So I'm going to peel off a piece of this. And this is just like a low stick tape. So if you use like painter's tape, that'll work for this too. But I'm going to go on the lens, and I'm sure Elegoo likely doesn't want you doing this, but I want to make sure that I've got everything off the lens. In reality, I probably wouldn't do this at this point because this screen replacement has gone swimmingly. But if you crack the glass and you get little shards, this is a great way to take care of them, and then you don't have to worry about them being underneath there when you install your replacement screen. One thing that's kind of interesting to note is if you get the screen from Elegoo, it will come with new tape, but you can also buy these if Elegoo is out of stock. They were earlier this year, and I wanted to have a couple screens on hand so that I didn't have to wait for them to ship from China. So I've got some on hand even though they replace them under warranty, just so that I can replace them immediately and not wait for their replacements. But you can also buy these from Chi2 Systems. So if you see these 12K mono LCD screens from Chi2 that say they're compatible with the Saturn IV, they are, and you can use them, but keep in mind, they likely will not have the tape pre-cut. So if you open up this little envelope in the back here, one of the nice things about buying them from Elegoo is you get all the tape pre-cut ready to go. The Chi2 Systems doesn't have, it comes with tape if I remember correctly, but it's not pre-cut to the dimensions that you need. But it'll work all the same. Also, I don't know that the Chi2 Systems one comes with a screen protector. I don't know that for sure. So you should have, it's gonna maybe be difficult. There's little tiny ones. These are gonna go on the sides. There's 3 of them, so you've got 2 that you're actually gonna use and 1 spare. And then the longer ones will go on the top and the bottom. And you'll see that there's, one is a little bit thinner. There's 2 that are like this thin. I don't know what to tell you. Once you get it, you'll see there's 2 that are a little bit thicker and 2 that are a little bit thinner. The thinner one's gonna go at the top and the thicker one's gonna go at the bottom, and they give you 1 spare of each. So if you mess it up, you've got 1 spare of every size. I'll try to get a corner. Really try not to have the tape go up the side, because that will affect the screen being able to lay down where it's supposed to. I'm going to peel that. And now we'll do the sides. And remember, the screen has a border to it, so like if it's overhanging the edge just a little bit, don't worry about it. Again, being sure to push it as far against the metal as it will go without riding up the metal. If you're just watching the video and not actually doing this, that might not make a whole lot of sense, but if you're actually following along, you'll know what I'm saying. The cable will have a specific direction that it needs to go. You'll see that there's a, I hope you can see it on camera, there's an MB on one side and then an LCD on the other side. LCD obviously is going to go on the LCD. We're going to lift that little connector up, and the shiny side goes down. It's difficult to tell, but there's two white lines on the back of this ribbon cable. One of them is going to be inside the connector, one of them is just going to be out. Snap that back down, and you'll see that first white line disappears. That's how you know you've got it in all the way. And another thing I like to do that they don't tell you you should do or have to do, I'm going to wrap this in electrical tape, because if that comes apart, that's a bad day. Also, before I coat this in electrical tape, this is the QR code that they're talking about. If support asks you to send them the LCD QR code, it's right there. Take a picture of that, or if you can read the text down below, send them that, and they'll hopefully say everything looks good. They responded to me that they had people getting screen replacements and then reselling them for profit, which, I don't know, seems like a lot of work for, what, a few $100 or something? I don't know. Now, before you set this down, this is the underside. You can tell because top side is dark. You're probably not going to be able to see it on camera. The bottom side is more silvery, is more mirror finish, and the top side is dark, like a screen. So we're going to peel this off. I'm going to put gloves on for this just because I really don't want my hand oils to touch the screen once we pull the protective coating off. Here we go. Peel that off, and it is totally fine if it looks like this, by the way. Don't worry about that. Throw that away. And now I'm going to feed the ribbon cable down through that. There is like a cone leading up from the UV light that you want to get above and beyond. I don't know how else to say it. Beyond that cone, it should slot down nice and easily. There shouldn't be any resistance on the cable as you're like putting it in. I line up one side like this, so I've got nice line in that corner, nice line in this corner, and I'll allow the other side to drop down just like that. Let's reattach the screen cable to the motherboard and we'll test it out. Ribbon cable, easily accessible. You probably can't see on camera, but the UV light black plastic cone is back there. We're beyond that towards the camera, which is great because this is going to loop up and over this way. Ta-da! So you can see I've got the screen ribbon cable. It says MB on this side, which is perfect, exactly what we want. Now, you're gonna see in there that it has to do a turn, and you'll want to figure out how best to have it do that. I'm gonna try and have it do the turn. I don't know how else to explain it. So it's coming straight down from the screen, and then there's a loop that it does down here at the bottom. The shiny part, the connector part, is going to face the motherboard, so facing away from you, again with the two white lines on the back of the ribbon cable. You're going to open the port, slide it in. So interesting to note that the two white lines, the first one does not get covered on this connector, so you'll still see two white lines here. There was like a fabric tape covering over this. Pretty sure that's just for shipping, but if the screen's working, I will put another piece of electrical tape over this just to make sure that it's held in. So let's get it plugged in and see if it recognizes the screen. LCD screen connection is green. All green. All right, now we can test the screen, finally. All right, shield your eyes. Let's see if we get Elegoo text. We do. Let's see if we get a grid. We do. And let's see if we get the full screen. We do. And I'm looking at it, and I don't see any spots. So I think we are good to go. So let's finish up. So I've got the printer turned off. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the protective sheet. Make sure that you're only pulling the protective sheet. Remember that there is a screen protector on there, so we don't want to pull that up. And we've got a similar situation with this tape. The thick piece is going to go on the top. This medium thickness but long piece is going to go on the front, and then two sides. Also, I saved, I don't know why they don't send the screens with this, but there was this much harder little plastic piece that was over where the ribbon cable goes, if you can see that. It was just right there. So I kept this. I'm going to put it back. My arm's probably going to be in your way, sorry. Last but not least, our final top piece. Much better. All right. Screen replacement done. Ta-da! Now before I put my vat back on, I will do another round of the barrier film. Make sure that I've got any dust or lint or whatever off of the top of the screen before we put the vat on, but that is basically it. I don't know how long that was, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 25, I don't know. It was pretty quick compared to the Elegoo process. And there you have it. That's replacing the Saturn IV Ultra screen. Hopefully that's a little bit easier than the Elegoo process of tearing apart the entire machine, pulling out the UV. That seems like a mess. So I know this requires a few tools, requires a heat gun, requires some patience. I understand. Could it be better? Yes, it could be better, Elegoo. We could make that process a hell of a lot better, but this is much simpler than what they tell you to do. So if you need to replace your Saturn IV Ultra screen, give this a try. The little cell phone toolkit, screen repair toolkit that I mentioned is not expensive. You should be able to get that for like 10 bucks or something off Amazon. So try doing this. Let me know what you think. Coming up in the YouTube land, I'm going from 6 Saturn IV Ultras to 12 Saturn IV Ultra 12Ks. So if you're interested in the doubling of my resin print farm, go ahead and get subscribed. That video will be coming, I don't know when, at some point. I'm very busy, but I will try and record as much as I can while I'm setting those up and take you along for the process. So 6 more of those are coming tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, and goodbye.